All right, you're officially on camera, bro. Live and direct. Is the seat too high? You gotta lower it?
You call me short?
I'm not saying that.
You're saying my feet are...
No, your feet are swinging under the table right now? No. Just want you to be comfortable. You feel me? That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Little family episode. Set up shop really quick. You know, and I'll probably throw like some cool music in the background. I know you like country music. I could throw a little country music in the background. Help you catch a little vibe.
All genres. You know, I'm in South Florida, so it's big on house.
There you go, man. It's gonna start anything now. Look, and just like that, we get the ball rolling. This is something brand new. We gotta try something different as we go along. Big episode, you already know. It's the Thanksgiving episode. But as we get into it, you already know it's the one and only. It's Cody's Corner. We'll just get right into it. Hello, everybody, and welcome officially to Cody's Corner. Cody's week-by-week hot takes on who's going to take the W in the sports you're worried about. No David today, but special guest today. We got the one and only is my cousin, my dog, my boy Nico is with us today.
Yeah, happy to be here. Flew in today from South Florida.
South Florida. So there's obviously a lot of fandom and stuff like that going on in Florida. Is there anything in particular that like you see a lot of in your area, or that you see people rooting for a lot this time of the year?
A lot of people are upset with the Miami Dolphins. Let's put it that way.
We're seeing
a lot of fans speculate, wanting to fire McDaniel. They think that he's the problem, that he's not qualified.
Even though Tyreek got hurt early, or that's not.
Tyreek got hurt, we see that a lot of fans think that there's some type of immaturity there, from the coaching staff. We've heard from Tua a lot in press conferences, which he shouldn't do as the leader.
Yeah, like calling out people not showing up to practice.
Not showing up to stuff, but that's week in and week out. We're seeing the same thing, so it hasn't been fixed. Yes, they won, right? They're like sort of on the come up, but they're not going to get over the hump anytime soon.
And I think the hump itself is hard, especially in that division. I mean, I spoke a little bit about this last episode, but just the fact that like they didn't think they were going to have to worry about New England this year, and then New England kind of exploded and became like either. No, I don't think anybody
I wasn't
did.
Really big on Drake May going into the season. Now,
do you think that he is that good, or do you think he's just having a great season altogether?
I think personally I think he's having a great season. I think, from game in and game out, you see the work ethic.
Right.
And it's paying off for the Patriots.
Right.
Along with that is also just new coaching.
Vrabel.
Exactly. So, their offense is in sync right now, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I'm pretty disappointed in the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, shit. Can we talk about it?
Why? I was a big Josh Allen fan. I'm still a big Josh Allen fan. But,
right.
Before the season started, there was, ongoing conversations between Stephen A., even like Draymond Green was getting involved, and they're saying how great of a quarterback Josh Allen is.
Yeah.
But they don't think he's the guy.
I didn't see that. The guy is he the guy as in what, like the face of the NFL?
No, of course he's going to be the face of the NFL. I mean, look at his wife too. He's going to be all over.
Right, power couple style.
All over the magazines and whatnot.
Yeah.
But is he the guy that's going to deliver a Super Bowl?
I think that's the biggest question. What some people would probably say, and I would argue, is that they don't have that star receiver either. They kind of like always are trading in out of like Khalil Shakir. Obviously, Keon Coleman had that whole issue last game where he showed up. I think the rumor was that he missed like a practice, or he missed like a early meeting before the game or something like that. So then they didn't play him. Obviously, and that was a big problem for them going into, what was that, Thursday Night Football last week? It was against Texans.
The Houston Texans.
The Houston Texans, yeah. I mean, it was a lot, bro. And everybody was kind of saying, they really could have used a wideout like Keon Coleman in that instance. Sure. Texans defense was shutting them down.
Absolutely.
And to see C.J. Stroud finally find his way back near over 500, I thought that, Texans was kind of the team that you could mark out early, if you ask me. Everybody knew that C.J. Stroud was, quote unquote, having a sophomore slump, and it was becoming a thing or whatever. But everybody else, this is also me talking from someone in New Jersey that is not really interacting with Texans community or fan base regularly. But at the same time, there's a lot of people in the South, and maybe you could attest, coming from the South of Florida yourself, that said, yo, don't sleep on Texans.
Yeah, you got to look at it, too, that he hasn't really been playing. He's been hurt.
Yeah.
So their backup, Mills, right? Davis Mills.
Yeah.
He was a high recruit coming out of college. I mean, he's played a lot of games before.
Yeah.
He's not mediocre.
Yeah.
I think he's a great backup. Could he be a starter in the league? Who knows? But he did well. I mean, he has been doing well. So you're saying, like, Texans are getting, over the hump. They're heading towards, over 500, hopefully for the rest of the season, if they can stay in that trajectory. But I don't see them making the playoffs, personally.
I mean, listen, they're in a tough division also. I feel like there's obviously the teams that are not doing as well, and I can just point it out. Everybody sees the Alabama hat and what's going on, right? But you're also a Cowboys fan.
Sadly.
First and foremost. Yeah, well, look, they're at 500 right now. They're 5-5-1. They're in a place where if they did the impossible and won every other game from here on forward, that they could do something.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could. Dak is, statistically a top 3 quarterback for the last 5 years.
Yep.
But he's also a guy I don't think that's going to deliver a Super Bowl.
I agree.
He's not. He's a great quarterback on paper, but when it comes to leadership and the clutch gene, I don't think he has it personally. Now, there's been a lot of things with the Cowboy season, a lot of injuries, especially in the secondary.
A lot of players at the strip club rolling dice and missing practices and whatnot. How do you feel about that? You got the CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens apparently. I don't know.
They performed. Let's just put it
that
way.
They
showed
did.
up. Yeah, they set out the first drive, but they knew they had to do something, and they performed, especially George Pickens that game.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm going to try my best to just, fluidly go into, a little bit of what's happening this week, because obviously it's Thanksgiving. Yeah. We're going to talk a little bit about what's happening Thanksgiving football, Thanksgiving Thursday. The Cowboys play the Chiefs at 4:30. Now, 5-5 going against 6-5. It's the midday. The money line has Dallas at plus 165. How do you feel? You think they could beat the Chiefs tomorrow?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is Patrick Mahomes' first Thanksgiving game.
Is it?
The spotlight will be on for not only him, but Travis Kelce and the rest of the crew.
Right.
If this is his first game, I mean, we know what happened last week with the Chiefs. They came back and won in overtime. I wasn't expecting that, but for some reason, for years now, everything goes the Chiefs' way.
Yeah.
And they were out of playoff contention, a couple of weeks back, and that was a big statement win last week. Now you can say maybe it's Chiefs and the refs against everyone else.
Yeah, that's what everybody's trying to talk about right now. Yeah, low key.
I think that was a great win for them last week, and I'm a Cowboys fan. I expect the Chiefs to win, personally. I like that the Cowboys are getting healthier, but we're not at full strength. So with that being said, I personally don't expect us to make the playoffs. As a Cowboys fan, I'd love for them to make the playoffs.
Right.
I think it's better to continue building for the future, and that's why we made those trades at the deadline. There's a lot of roster control there.
We could talk about the trades at the deadline. We haven't had a Dallas fan on here yet. You would be the first Dallas fan on Cody's Corner, and the fact that I was talking a lot about the Jets-Dallas trade, obviously, that went down last week. You guys got a dog in Quinnen Williams, and he made his appearance apparent in this last game. I think he had a sack or two, if I'm not mistaken. What is he wearing, 91, 92, something like that? He looks good out there.
He looks good. I know he also made a comment about our kicker.
What was the comment? What did he say?
This is the first time in his career that he's had an established kicker.
Oh, get out of here. Oh, stop
There's a clip on it on the sideline.
I'm going to try and find it and clip it in the episode. I'll put it right here.
The game-winning field goal.
Right.
And they were talking. I forgot who he was talking with on the sideline, and there's a clip on ESPN.
So he was mic'd up, or this was like an interview?
He was mic'd up.
Okay.
One of them was mic'd up. I'm assuming it was him because it was his first couple games.
Yeah, right.
Hear what's going on the sidelines, his leadership, his approach to the game, and yeah, he mentioned that he hasn't had a kicker that they can rely on to win you a football game. And, the Cowboys kickers, the best in the game.
Of course, yeah. Right now, yeah.
And there was a clip there where it's like, we only need to get the ball past the 50-yard line, get to the 40, and he's kicking the game-winning field goal. And he was in shock. He was in awe.
Yeah,
and what happened?
Yeah, they did what they had to do.
Our kicker came in clutch.
After that trade, they've been 2-0. So,
but that's also because now we're getting healthy.
Now you're getting healthy. People are coming back. People are. You're that roster that you're so worried about that had you at 3-5. People were kind of nervous at that point. Now it's slowly. There's a big difference between 3-5 and 5-5.
There is, but you also got to look at the numbers behind it.
Right.
I mean, record means everything. Record gets you in the playoffs. It gets you in better seeding opportunities for the playoffs.
Right.
But like I mentioned, Dak is statistically a great quarterback.
Right.
I mean, his completion percentage, just the yards, touchdowns, you name it. And we were scoring. We're putting up a lot of points throughout the season.
Yep.
But our defense was just giving up so many that, our defense got exposed against the Denver Broncos. I want to say that was about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, maybe even longer. And we had a lot of people out. We lost 2 people in our secondary that game. We were down to practice squad.
I remember that.
And they shit the bed. The Dallas Cowboys shit the bed. Dak Prescott was seeing ghosts. It reminded me of Sam Darnold.
Oh, come on.
Back in the day.
Man.
That was just a shitty game, and I was disappointed to call myself a Cowboys fan.
It's one of those things that, you know what, you see them going like a downward curve, and obviously that's the last thing any Cowboy fan wants, right? And just like any fandom, but I think the Cowboys specifically, because they preach about how great they are all the time, to see them in a slump kind of stings a little extra than I would say in other franchises. So I agree 100%. I had one thing I wanted to bring up to you because you just said it, and now I forgot it. It slips my mind, if I'm being as honest with you as possible. But, damn, what were you just saying? You mentioned something about Dallas. Oh, you said Sam Darnold. Okay, so I was going to bring this up to whoever had on the show. I thought it was going to be David, but here we go. So, obviously, the big receiver that everyone's talking about this year is Njigba, right? Going so crazy in Seattle and everything. Right now on the season, he has 80 receptions. Who do you think, and this is me testing your knowledge right now, who do you think in the NFL is leading the NFL in receptions?
Damn. I think you got me. I want to say, I know like the top 2 going today is him and Pickens. And I don't know what stat that was. I was on a plane earlier this morning, and I was just going through some stats.
Right.
And I just looked up for fantasy purposes.
Right.
Right now I'm in last place for my league, so it's not going too well. But that's not the point.
Right.
I did see something where he was ranked first, and then George Pickens was second. I think it was for yards.
Yeah, it was for yards.
Because I know Pickens is over 1,000 yards.
So this is what I'm going to tell you.
What are you referring to?
Receptions number is at 80 for Njigba right now. For George Pickens, I'd have to look it up off the top of my head.
Less, but I know he has
and you can look it up also if you wanted to, but this is the stat that I was like, I didn't know this. So Njigba is at 80. Mm-hmm. Tied for him at 80, Trey McBride. Right? First place with 83, Christian McCaffrey.
I expect that. And
but
the reason why I expect that is because I'm a Bama guy.
Yeah.
I told you Mac Jones is my guy.
There you go.
Mac Jones performs at a high level when he has a good line. I mean, you saw it at Alabama. We won a national championship.
There you go. Let him see the hat.
Alabama is a juggernaut, dynasty. People say we fell off. We're still there.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But I got to see Mac Jones play in college, and I saw it transfer in New England his first year. He was a Pro Bowler.
Right.
He was good. Then shit at the fan in New England. I think that was more coaching, just not building, having talent.
Belichick was kind of on his way out.
Belichick, I believe, was doing the play calling.
I believe that year
of the season,
mm-hmm.
and the play calling just didn't match Mac Jones' scheme. Every quarterback has a scheme.
That's just the speaker turned off by itself. Yeah.
Every quarterback has a scheme, and they develop that in high school, continue it in college. Ultimately, they pick a college based off how they run their offense.
Yeah, your play style.
And they develop.
Yeah.
And that leads into the NFL too, when they're making their choice on who's going to be their next franchise quarterback. It needs to match the scheme. That was one thing I mentioned about the Jets. They can't identify a scheme throughout the years. You guys went through, so many quarterbacks, and then we can start with Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson. I would even say the same about Geno. Geno sucks this year, but I think that's also because the Raiders just suck all around.
Is that a Pete Carroll problem? Or is Geno's just over his...
I think Pete Carroll's tarnishing his legacy in a way.
I agree.
I think he should have just, called it after the Seahawks. He had a great coaching career at USC.
Yeah.
Is this really going to tarnish it? No. He's still going to be in the Hall of Fame. If
absolutely.
He's not already in the Hall of Fame.
Coaching Hall of Fame? I mean, he probably should be for what he did in Seattle.
But, Geno's a different story. Back to the scheme.
Yeah, back to the scheme.
Every NFL team needs to identify they're going to do a West Coast offense. They're going to run, spread. Well, you name it.
Right. Run heavy.
The Jets went from Darnold. Zach Wilson's a run and gun. You saw that at BYU.
Yeah.
I think he didn't play against a lot of talent at BYU, so he got exposed.
Right.
I saw one like post route at the pro day.
Yeah.
And people went crazy.
It's hard, bro.
You need to identify a foundation in your offensive scheme, and
can we just call it how it is? Zach Wilson's a bum right now, period. He's never going to get a starting chance in the NFL ever again.
You know what?
He won't.
I think it's because of the situation he was put in. You see a lot of teams do that. I didn't expect Sam Darnold to be present-day Sam Darnold from seeing his career on the Jets and the Panthers. The list goes on. Now you can look at Josh Rosen getting drafted. You can say Trey Lance getting drafted.
Yeah.
I think the talent's there, but when people start writing you off, that's now mentally
like draining,
affecting you. It's draining.
Yeah.
So it's impacting your development. You're also just not going to get a chance because they're looking at case studies, film from when you had the chance, the opportunity, and it didn't work out. I feel like you just need to be gifted, if you will. You have to be placed in the right situation to grow, and that's all about maybe a rookie shouldn't be starting right away. They should have a veteran leadership.
Yeah,
both of them.
I mean, you already know that. Like, I'm super against starting a rookie quarterback or trusting a rookie quarterback really ever. I mean, I think the only time in the recent past that I've even considered it was when Jaden Daniels started balling out last year, and obviously he's been dealing with so many injuries now that maybe you could argue that all that starting time has then put his body under certain duress that is affecting them today. But I agree with you, especially, obviously, I could say more about the Jets than I could anybody else. They don't have an identity as a scheme, and one thing I could attest to that, and obviously they've gone through a lot of coaching changes that also affects how they want to play football. Historically, their best teams have always been when they have the best running backs, when they focus heavily on their running game and their defense. And then we went to Aaron Rodgers, who is obviously very pass-heavy, is not very mobile. And then immediately the season after, Justin Fields.
You had a mobile quarterback.
Extremely mobile quarterback, So it's very yin-yang, or am I going to go this way? Am I going to try the opposite, see if the opposite works? And I get that they're in a rebuild right now, obviously trading Sauce, trading Q, and seeing what they're going to do to develop an identity. But I'm excited to see that from them forward, right? But without me getting on a rant of how much I hate my franchise and how much I really know, because obviously you know this. I mean, I wasn't lying. We're really cousins. This is my blood relative that I have right next to me right now. So any ideologies I have about my team or my franchise, he's heard this, literally probably most times that we communicate for any reason. So we're just going to get right into – I'm going to talk a little bit. I'm going to go down the list of all the games going on tomorrow, and you'll just tell me who you think is going to win. You can talk a little bit about it. We can get right into it. Is it in front of you? You looking at something else?
No, I have it in front of me.
Okay, cool.
Let's go back to the Cowboys-Chiefs. I know we talked about it a little bit
We
earlier.
did, yeah, a little bit.
I mentioned the Chiefs should pull it out.
Right.
But here's the thing. The Kansas City Chiefs, I'm looking at it now as a stat. They give up the third most yards per attempt at 9.9. Dak likes to sling the ball.
He does.
Our run game is great. But I expect him to throw a couple fly routes, go routes,
100%,
post routes, you name it.
You name it.
And the spread, I believe, for this game, you said 3.
I believe the spread is at 3.5.
The Chiefs are 1-5 after last week against the spread when it's 3 or less points. So.
Oh shit!
Take it how you leave it. It's also a primetime game, Thanksgiving game. I had mentioned this is Mahomes' first Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
game.
I looked it up. That is true. It is his first Thanksgiving game.
I could see this going both ways, flip of a coin, but knowing that
it's at Dallas, also
the
obviously.
NFL needs the Chiefs in the playoffs. They need them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So with that being said, I would take the Chiefs.
All right. So let's just keep on rolling down this list as we could then. Then we got Green Bay plays the Lions at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Divisional game. Obviously, the Packers have been on a really big slump. They're still 7-3-1, but Jordan Love is dealing with an injury. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think he's playing this game. I think Malik Willis is still going to be in because he left the game with like a shoulder injury or something like that. I know a lot of the receivers are coming back very receiver heavy. There's people trolling us behind the camera right now, so we're both trying really hard not to look at what's going on. And the Lions kind of have been on – they have the same exact record, to be frank. The Detroit is at the spread at -3, and the money line is at Green Bay plus 135. So how do you feel about that game? Any thoughts?
I watch every minute of the Lions games week in, week out.
Okay.
My best friend, roommate, is a diehard Detroit fan.
Okay.
He wears the same Lions shirt every week, every Sunday. Has the same ketchup stain from 8 years ago.
Oh.
Superstition. He has to wear it. The Lions have been unlucky the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
They're a way better team than they've been showing.
Mm-hmm.
I think last week was a great momentum. I mean, they were down against the Giants, who are now 2-10.
Yep.
But they're a way better team than their record shows.
Right.
Personally, that's what I believe. But I expect the Lions to pull this out no problem. They really need this win. And part of that is Jordan Love. Is he questionable? Is he officially inactive?
Let me look
I'm pretty
that
sure
up.
He's questionable.
I'm going to look this up.
Let's just say the Packers are going to have to rely on their pass game. They have no run game this year. They really can't.
You're not a what's his name fan. You're not a what's his name, bro?
Jacobs?
Yeah, you're not a Josh Jacobs fan.
I'm a Josh Jacobs fan, but I don't think they've established the run game enough recently against the Lions' rush defense. I think the Lions could prevent that from happening, which means they're going to have to sling the ball. I just expect the Lions to go guns blazing, ride the momentum from the Giants game, and continue making strides to go into the playoffs. I think they're way better than what their record shows.
Yeah, so it says right here that he's active, actually, so he will be playing. Obviously, it's a big game. It's in Detroit, so that's a hard one as well. The exact sentence here says, the veteran signal caller also failed to throw a touchdown pass for the third time in 4 contests, but he figures to have to be much more aggressive in a Thanksgiving road showdown against the Lions. Here's something I think that people aren't talking about, and I think that maybe you can attest to this if you've been watching a lot of Detroit football. In the last couple weeks, you've kind of seen a little disconnect in the connection between Jared Goff and Amon-Ra, which is essentially like the heart and soul of what's really there. I mean, obviously they have Jahmyr Gibbs, who had an amazing game last week. I think he had like a 69-yard touchdown last week on top of whatever. In my fantasy league, Roll Tide. In my fantasy league, I think he dropped 55 in PPF. So he's an absolute dog. But at the same time, the beauty of what was Detroit's offense was that they were always so core heavy in that you can give the ball to anyone and they'd be ready for it.
You also got to look; it's a divisional game.
It is.
I expect it to be very close. That's just what it is. Also, the Lions already lost to the Packers this year, right? It was week 1.
I believe so. Yep. Yeah, you're right.
In Green Bay.
Yeah, and Detroit looked really ugly that game.
They looked ugly, and like I said, they're going to ride the momentum. They need to even the series out.
Yeah.
They have to.
So you got the Lions in this game.
I have the Lions this game.
Yeah,
and I don't think it's going to be close.
Oh, you think it's going to be a Thanksgiving blowout? This is
now,
the 1
the
o'clock.
The problem is Jared Goff is, I think he lost like 60 points towards his rating.
Oh, his QBR.
His QBR. in the last couple of weeks, and that's because he cannot handle the pressure.
Mm.
And we saw that 2 weeks ago. We saw it last week.
Mm.
He doesn't have that clutch gene.
Yeah.
Where, you know, if he's faced with a blitz, you know, he's not going to get the throw off, and maybe that's where the disconnect comes with St. Brown.
Yeah, and that's going to be hard against Green Bay if they're kind of coming at him a certain way. Micah Parsons he has to worry about and everything else in that matter. So that's a good take. I like that one.
Green Bay has the 6th highest rate in terms of generating pressure.
Oh, hell yeah. Pull up the stats for me. I like that shit.
They're the 6th highest in terms of generating pressure this season.
So maybe
at 35%.
Well,
Jared Goff can't handle that, but Jahmyr Gibbs is Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm expecting a big game out of him, even against the Packers' rush defense.
Yeah, I agree. And you
Dan
know what?
Campbell's just he's such a great coach.
Yeah, I agree.
He can pull anything out of his bag, out of his arsenal, and he's well equipped to make something out of nothing.
If I were to take a guess out of what's going to happen this game, if there's extra QB pressure that he can't really face, I would say expect a lot of screenplay, which might lead to like a lot of like catches out of the backfield from either Gibbs or David Montgomery. And maybe we might not see as much action down the field with Amon-Ra, but we could definitely see a lot of stuff coming out of the backfield for long runs and stuff like that, the same way they did last week. So I agree. Give me Detroit. We already went through Chiefs-Cowboys. Another divisional game, the Thursday night game, is Bengals-Ravens. Cincinnati at plus 260. The spread is Baltimore minus 7. Now, the Ravens are struggling right now. And the Bengals obviously are struggling as well. They're dealing with a lot of stuff on their own. I think Joe Burrow's supposed to come back this week, if I'm not mistaken.
They announced him active as of today.
He's listed as active as of today. So this might be a fun one to watch come Thursday night. I know it hasn't been the same fun, explosive Baltimore team that I think a lot of people are used to. Derrick Henry has kind of been stopped at the line. I don't know if that could be like a O-line problem. I don't know if that could be. I don't think it's a coaching problem, even though there's been rumor about like Harbaugh's head kind of being on the table as far as what's going to be next for them. But with Joe Burrow coming back in a divisional game, Thanksgiving night, what do you think about this one?
I don't like that the spread's so high for a divisional game. If I'm betting this game, I don't condone betting. I'm taking the plus 7.5 Bengals.
Okay.
I could see the Bengals taking the win, but I would take the spread on that. I think it's going to be a close game. I do want to note the Bengals defense has been weak against tight ends. They allow a 27% target rate towards tight ends. And I mean, you saw that in the Jets game.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, I definitely. I saw it. No, I know, but I did see it for sure. I don't like to talk about any downfall of the Jets. You already know that.
But there is a stat as of today: 27% of targets against the Bengals defense has gone to opposing tight ends.
Right.
So with that being said, I think we could see a potential anytime touchdown for Mark Andrews.
Yep.
Even maybe over 50 yards receiving.
I'm going to take a look at what a Mark Andrews stat line looks like, see if there's any reason to feel that they should be more nervous than you're anticipating. So week 12, he put up 2.1 against the Jets. So his from week 8 down, 6 points in Chicago, 16 against Miami, 10 against Minnesota, 15 against Cleveland, and then 2 against New York. So it's kind of like he looks like he might be due. He had dropped a 2-pointer, and then Cincinnati is arguably the worst defense in the NFL. You could say, even though it's a divisional game. I think fantasy-wise, if we're talking aside from betting, I would bet he has at least an 8-point game. I think that's fair to say.
What's the boomer bust?
The boomer bust on his, let me take a look right here. Let's see. He's projected 12, 17% bust, 29% boom. So they think the line expects him to have a decent game more so than anything else. But around the 12-point line, there's a higher chance that he goes a little higher than that.
I think he'll get at least 40 receiving yards. I would put him at 50. I could see an out route, 5-yard line out route, touchdown. I don't know. I'm high on Mark Andrews this week, but who knows?
My whole thing is that I kind of like. There's been fantasy seasons, and you could probably agree, where I've kind of banked myself to depend on Mark Andrews, and he didn't show up for me. And it kind of so we haven't spoken.
I had him last year.
Yeah. Well, every tight end in the NFL sucked last year, but we haven't even spoken. So obviously you knew I came in last place last year. So I'm in 4 leagues right now. 4th place, 2nd place, 2nd place, 1st place. So I've completely done a full 180 as far as what's going on in my leagues. My Cody's Corner League isn't as hot as I would hope it to be because I'm in 4th place, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Other than that, I mean, obviously there's Friday and Sunday games. There's one Friday game. That's probably going to be a good game also. Bears-Eagles. Fantastic game. But what I usually like to do now is I kind of just pick and choose from like the best games that I'm going to see on Sunday and then kind of just tell you we could get a little bit into them. I think let's take a look here. Bills Steelers at 425 could be decent, but I think DK Metcalf is hurt. Bears Eagles on Friday is actually a pretty good one compared to the rest of the lineup so far.
I think the Eagles take that, no problem.
I think they do too, but that's a good game though. They're both 8-3. They got Chicago at plus 270.
I'm not confident in the Bears.
Why?
I don't know if that's me being biased just throughout the years, but I think they're worse than what their record shows. I don't think they're gonna make a push in the playoffs, like be competitive enough to potentially be in the final game.
Right.
I think the Eagles are just, they're established.
Yeah. There's a lot of locker room drama lately in there, though.
I hope the Eagles don't make the Super Bowl again. But even with the drama, whatever's going on, I think when you lace up the cleats, you're on the field, they're gonna come ready. They're gonna be ready to play, and they should take this game no problem. Yeah,
and I think that the Bears should definitely not go into this game feeling that it's an easy road to go into, especially on the Black Friday. Here's my thing about Chicago, because I kind of agree with you. Here's my first thing off the bat. I've never been a fan of DeAndre Swift. Ever. And, I don't know the guy personally, obviously, but, just watching him in gameplay, obviously, this is actually a return because DeAndre Swift used to play in Philly, if I'm not mistaken. So this is kind of one of those games where it's set up to seem like it's going to be a lot, where it really couldn't be. I'm a big fan of chemistry, and that's where I'm kind of concerned about Philly's chemistry right now, right? Because there's been all that stuff going on with A.J. Brown. Last week he said, if you have me in fantasy, drop me. And then he had a great game. And then you come into this week, they had someone interview him, and they said, AJ, it doesn't seem like you're the same player that you used to be. And he said, well, if that's the case, then Saquon isn't the same player that he used to be either. So what does that mean? Does that mean that there's a disconnect as far as, the camaraderie among Eagles players? Is that anything that you think is actually going to affect what's going on Friday?
I think it was Super Bowl hangover.
I've never heard that term before, but I like it.
I mean, we see it in every sport.
Right, the year after someone wins the chip, they kind of get a little lazy.
It's very hard to win back to back. I mean,
but they're 8-3. It's not like they're struggling.
They're not struggling, but they're just getting by. That's the thing. So yeah, they're 8-3. They're in a position to make the playoffs to win the division.
Yeah.
Could I see them going to the Super Bowl? I mean, they need to check their egos. I think that's one big thing with A.J. Brown is it's an ego thing.
Yeah.
You're right. His career, he was always the guy.
Right.
He was the guy on the Titans, right? He comes to the Eagles, he's the number one wideout.
Yeah.
I mean, Devontae Smith is great. You have Saquon. You have Jalen Hurts, who likes to be mobile.
Yeah.
You're gonna get your touches. A Goddard,
yeah.
They have
great
weapons.
Tight end.
They have weapons. They even have more in their wide receiver core.
Yeah.
And I get it. You know yourself as the number one wideout. You're the number one on the chart, and you expect touches. But if you're number one, you also have to expect the defense to have a game plan against you, and that's why it's good to have a team built around you where you can rely on other individuals as well.
Absolutely.
So his ego's in the way right now, and maybe that's affecting the locker room. Yeah, he's telling people to drop him. He's playing video. I think he was playing video games when he said that.
Yeah, he was streaming.
He was playing Madden, and he was playing as himself. And he was scoring with himself, and that's when he said it. I think what's going to prevent the Eagles from continuing to advance in the playoffs is just ego. Ego and all. You have to just keep everyone in check.
Right. So here's my thing, though. Okay, obviously he comes out and talks about the touches. He says, drop me. The next week he plays Dallas, as you know, and he gets 10 targets, 8 catches, 110 receiving yards, though. And he drops 25 points in fantasy. So it's like, what is his real problem, though? Because if that's an ego thing, okay, let's say that's an ego thing. You want to go out, you want to explode against a divisional matchup. That's cool and all. Is there any reason to feel like that is, now that he did that, now that he had a great game, is he going to shut up already?
Part of it was that the Eagles always had they were known for their run game. They have weapons. Jalen Hurts is not a thrower.
Yeah.
And there was like a crazy stat in the middle of the season where I don't think he like ever threw for more than 300 yards or something like that.
Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And he accomplished that. I'm forgetting who. It was middle of the season. He had accomplished that. He had like the best throwing. Excuse me. He had the best week of his career throwing the pigskin.
Right.
With that being said, they're known for running a run game. Recently, they haven't been getting that. I mean, you notice the regression of Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
He's averaging, I think, like 3 yards a carry now, 3.5 yards a carry.
Yeah. Which is nothing compared to last year.
So Jalen Hurts has been having to throw the ball, and with that being said, you have to get everyone involved if you want to win the game. If they can't establish a run game early in the game, then they're gonna have to roll on every weapon. Who's gonna get open? If they're double teaming, they're running zone, or they're double teaming your wide out. All right, well you better throw it to the slot. And we know Devontae Smith is so quick on his slant routes, his post routes.
Yeah, he's a good route runner.
He can fly by them. If Jalen Hurts can hit him, I'm throwing it there. I love that you're my number one wideout.
Yeah.
But if you're covered and it's going to be a 50-50 ball, maybe 60-40 in favor of you.
Yeah, and you got Goddard in the middle of the field wide open.
On a curl flat, I'm getting the first down, and I'm going to continually run out the clock, have time management, maybe do your little tush push that the Eagles love to do.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Win the football game. I don't care who's getting the ball, as long as people are productive and they're making plays and they're scoring. I'd be happy as a team player. I mean, he's a captain, right?
He should be a captain.
Act like a captain.
Right. So here's my thing, right? Because that's how they won the Super Bowl, right? Because not for nothing, like Saquon was Saquon all year long, but then he got shut down in the Super Bowl. He didn't do anything in the Super Bowl. And then what did Jalen Hurts turn into? He turned into a passing guru, and he was hitting AJ on that 50-50 ball. Devontae Smith was having a great game.
You're gonna get your turn.
Yeah, everybody has to just wait their turn. You sit in line. You have your plate out. You're gonna get fed. Like you're at the turkey drive. Hey, you sit in that line. And you wait for your turkey. So
some say Saquon's regression is because of the Madden curse. I love conspiracies.
Hell yeah. You believe that?
We've noticed that for
Josh
years.
Allen was on Madden.
We've noticed it for years. I think the only one that didn't have a curse was Brady.
I believe so, yeah.
He was like, he's an outlier.
Well, did he return? Did he retire after that?
Maybe that's what it was, but he came back.
He was on that Madden cover. I'm talking about the one later in his career.
I thought it was in between. Maybe.
So there was one that the Madden cover was Pat and Tom. You remember that one? Yeah. And it was like him in Tampa Bay and Pat Mahomes. And I think he retired after that.
Yeah.
So then
I wouldn't count that as a curse, but
I wouldn't count that either.
Historically, there's been a thing called the Madden curse. We all know it. We all grew up hearing about it.
Right.
Saquon's on the cover. Something about it. I don't know. I'm a big conspiracy guy.
All right.
I'll doom scroll all night looking at conspiracies.
All right, so you're a gamer guy, so let me ask you this. What's the best Madden of all time? In your opinion.
That's hard for me because I love football, but I wasn't a really big Madden guy. My bread and butter is baseball.
You were more of the show.
The show, even MLB 2K.
All right, so why not? Let's talk about it. What's the best? The show?
The best show, I believe, was I want to say that's hard. I don't know what year it was, but I want to say Josh Donaldson was on the cover. He was on the Blue Jays. I believe he was just the MVP of the American League. I love that one. I would even go as close to Tatis. I think Tatis was 18, maybe. I think he was 18 because Ohtani was. If you're pulling it up, I would say Tatis. If you could find the Fernando.
So Donaldson was the show 16.
I think Tatis was 18.
Let's see.
Puig was 17.
21.
Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, 21.
21.
I would say that one.
All right.
I would say MLB The Show 21, and then I was a big MLB 2K guy. I think 2K clears the show out of the water, and they don't make baseball games anymore. But MLB 2K11 I think was the last year, maybe 12. That one was just peak of my childhood. Now we're talking about Madden. I want to go the one with Odell. I'm blanking.
I think that was 2K12, not 2K. It was Madden 12, I think.
Like that. And I was bigger on Madden Mobile.
Interesting.
I was a big Madden Mobile guy growing up. I wasn't a big Madden on. I was a PlayStation guy.
Yeah.
I didn't really play Madden on PlayStation, but
I've never heard someone say that in conversation.
Whenever I had the chance to play Madden Mobile in the car, going to dinner,
right.
going to your house.
Yeah.
I'm whipping out Madden Mobile. At recess, I had growing up. I had that. I had that PlayStation phone.
Yeah. Yo, you did have that phone.
I had the PSP phone.
Yes.
I was ripping Madden Mobile on that PSP phone, flexing it to everyone in all my classmates.
It was gray, and then it had like the little clear bumps on the side. Yeah, it did look like a PSP.
Screen, it was like it slides.
I'm gonna try and pull up a picture of it.
It slides open.
Yes.
And you have the controls, and growing up, I had a time limit on how much I could play video games.
Right.
So I finessed the system. I had a PSP phone where I can go from my Wii, right, playing Wii Sports Resorts and all that, or Super Smash, whatever it may be. Go up to my room, go on my couch, or not my couch, my futon that I had in my room, and I rip the PSP.
So they don't really know. Obviously, they don't know a lot about my video game history. I tried to talk about it in the show to David. He didn't understand that I had it.
Cody's Corner.
Can you tell them how good I was in Super Smash Brothers?
All right, I'm not gonna gas you up like that.
Come on, bro.
Because you weren't. You're.
Don't do me like that.
You're right. I mean, you have.
You weren't beating me.
A veteran presence because you're older than me, but I still whooped your ass because my guy was. I think I used Link. Right, that's his name.
Yeah, Link.
Ike. No, I use Ike.
Oh, Ike. Yeah, with the blue hair.
Yeah, I use Ike. But no, I thought you were gonna go with this was the Mecca, this basement where we're located.
Oh yeah.
Where Cody's Corners filmed.
Absolutely.
The Mecca for video games.
Absolutely.
We grew up with him having a projector screen.
Yep.
Right in the corner of the basement. He had every system.
Right.
He even has a retro gaming NBA Jam.
Yeah, 1992. Stop playing with him, bro.
Every time I came here, I was glued to the screen. Glued.
Yeah, man. Well, that's really what it was, It was like one of those. That's why I hope you guys know, this is actually my family. Like, every holiday, go to his house. He would come to my house. Christmas morning, among my family, if you know, you know. Christmas morning was my house.
Look, I love all my cousins. We have a big family.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, having the privilege to go to elementary school, it was short. I ended up transferring.
Little era, yeah.
We had a little era where it was my sister, Cody, and myself, the three of us. And, after elementary school, my grandfather, Grandpa George.
Shout out to Grandpa George, man. And Abuela. Shout out to Abuela, man.
He would pick us up, and we'd go to my house, and we'd play Super Smash.
Yeah.
We'd play Super Mario Sluggers. That was my favorite.
They still need to bring that type of game back, man. That's one of those games.
They tried to. No, they
but you know what? Smash, they got rid of all those baseball games when they stopped having the game systems that had the swing in it. Because you were actually swinging when you played Mario Sluggers. And then they had, listen, I remember all this. Piranha Pete was the best pitcher in the game.
No, best hitter.
No, he was the best pitcher. His fastball was like 1,000,000 miles an hour. And then you had the old Toad. The old Toad had the slow ball. So it'll go all the way up in the air. It was off the screen, so it'll go all the way up in the air.
You had to time it.
And you had to time it, so you had to be like...
And at a young age, like, you're not... you're like counting 1, 2, 3...
So when it would drop, you wouldn't know on the screen when it would get there. So you'd have to line it up like just by guessing. That was crazy, bro.
Yeah, he's the best pitcher. I thought Petey was just automatic when it came to hitting.
That leaf.
Yeah, he fucking whacked him. But he was always the first pick of the draft.
It's true. Piranha Pete was always the first pick of the draft.
Yeah.
Listen, good times, man. This is no one's ever spoken about that era like on here, so I appreciate you definitely like going down a little memory lane as far as like everything that brought us to this point where we are at right now. And to be honest, at his house is where I learned a lot about sports, a lot about baseball, a lot about basketball. Because at my house, I was playing all of those games, the Mario games. I was playing all like the fighting games and stuff. And I would go to his house and he had 2K and he had the show and he had Madden and all that.
I was a sports guy.
He was always a sports guy.
I mean, I lived for it. And it wasn't just games. It was like physically playing sports. I mean, I was a big baseball guy. Still am.
Tell him.
And I was a diehard Yankee fan growing up, where I would just replicate everyone's batting stance.
I'm glad you brought this up.
We would play.
Can you tell him the A-Rod thing? Can you tell him the A-Rod thing?
About
how you would bat like A-Rod and.
Oh, I wore number 2 growing up.
Right.
I grew up wearing number 13.
Yeah.
And then once I turned 9, I switched it to.
Right.
And I just stuck with that since because I played a lot of club ball, travel ball.
Right.
Every season I wore number 2, so I retired 13.
Yeah.
But I wore 13 because A-Rod's my favorite player.
Right.
I grew up shortstop.
That's not what I'm talking about, though. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, batting like
the
that.
Batting stance, the little celebration. Can we talk about that really quick, or no? You don't want to?
No, I'll talk about it.
Okay.
Everyone, you establish a batting stance. If you're a baseball guy, even basketball, right? You have you're at the free throw line. You're gonna take your 3 dribbles, maybe spin the ball. You have a rhythm. You have something.
Right. That's your thing.
I'm going up to bat. I'm doing the, grab my ball with my bat pointing at the pitcher.
Oh my god!
Establishing my territory.
How old are you doing this?
I started doing that when I was 8. Not even in Little League. Not even in Little League, but you know what?
Oh my god, bro!
I was intimidating.
He was grabbing his nuts at 8.
When I was 8 in AAA, we won the championship.
Hell
I
yeah,
was
tell him.
intimidating, but I did the A-Rod. I mean, you'll see him. He always packs a lip or something. I pack gum or seeds. I copied that too. And my dad would look at me like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" But he wasn't gonna judge.
He didn't know.
I was that fucking guy. My dad was proud to have me as a son.
Hell yeah, bro.
But I do the hold my ball, point at the pitcher, look intimidating. Like, is the pitcher's like probably thinking like,
right.
Is he fucking like?
Is he grabbing his nuts right now?
Grabbing his junk. Like,
oh my god.
So I do that. Do the little
right.
Like practice swings a little bit.
Right.
And then A-Rod did something, and this is when A-Rod brought the high socks. Like, this is when the documentary just came out. It's Alex versus A-Rod, and
I haven't watched it. You watched it?
I loved it, but
where's that on?
HBO.
Oh, I gotta watch it. Okay.
But that's not the point.
Right. I'm sorry.
He let his ego get into it, so that's when he started doing that.
Yeah.
And he had this rhythm where he bent his knees and he's just kind of swaying the bat slowly. Like
in the circular motion, right? It was kind of like one of those.
Kind of, but not too much where it looks like
sloppy.
It looks sloppy. He just had a good rhythm, and I had copied that. He had
a little bounce to him.
He had a bounce to him, and I loved that. So I just did that, and that's when I discovered hitting home runs. I was always a contact hitter.
Right.
And I went back to that later on. I just focused on more getting on base because I had speed. But I developed people call it launch angle and all that, but I got it from that stance, and I'm like, "Oh, this guy's a fucking man."
And I want you guys to know, this is not him just talking about as a degular guy. Like Nico was nice in baseball. If I can give him any type of flowers right here, right now, I remember going to games because I wasn't the baseball guy. I would go to watch Nico's games, and I'd be like, "Yo, this guy's a problem." I would watch him that launch from excuse me, from outfield right to the catcher, in one like in one swoop, and obviously sometimes you're a cutoff guy or whatever. I've seen you make that throw. So just to see you like not only emulating the great players, but like also like with your work ethic, you were a problem, bro.
I studied the game, and it was because I just loved watching. And people say baseball's boring, baseball's that. Even you have said.
I did say that. Your
father loves it.
Yeah.
And it's because I just learned at an early age that baseball is like chess. And you could say that about other sports, but realistically, baseball is the closest sports game to chess because it's all mental. The next pitch matters, right? You don't know where you're gonna hit it,
right?
But you have an idea of where I should hit it.
Right.
As a pitcher, you're facing the third batter in the lineup. Someone like Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Freddie Freeman, name it. You're gonna have to know their strengths and weaknesses. But when you're at a young age, you can't watch film. I'm not gonna watch someone's film from like 20 towns away from me, or if you're competing club, travel. You're not gonna know. But you have an idea based on where they're batting in the order.
Right.
So, like, I batted third. I batted leadoff. I've seen what pitches are thrown.
So, batting third, you kind of know, this is that guy. This is the guy that is their cleanup guy for the first whatever.
Absolutely. And, when you're batting leadoff, your goal is to work the count. Your goal is to get on base, but it's also to see the most pitches. You want to see if they're going to tip their pitches.
What does that mean? What does that mean, tip their pitches?
Kind of like... you see it in the majors, but when you're younger, like, you don't develop. So tipping is like, let's just say I'm in the stretch position, so there's someone on base. If I'm gonna throw a curveball, let's just say when I throw my curveball, I have my glove placement before I throw the ball at the letters at the chest. But when I throw a fastball, my glove's gonna be at my belly button.
Tipping, as in you can kind of guess what they're gonna throw based on where position. Their glove is.
You see that in the majors.
Oh, okay.
And that's legal. Like, for the other team to identify it and be like, yo, like.
They do that in football too. Oh, every time this guy pulls on the right side of his pants, it's gonna be a screen pass. Or every time the QB takes 2 steps and looks to the left, he's gonna throw to the slant to the right. Like, everybody has a tell. It's like having a tell, essentially.
I know this is a football show, but
it's a sports show.
Something about that. Like, I think the World Series was 2021. It was Philadelphia Phillies against the Houston Astros.
Right.
And I think the Astros had the lead. It might have been just 1-0, 2-0, something. I think it was Game 3. It might have been the first game in Philly. And Bryce Harper saw that I think it was like Framber Val. It was someone. Christian Javier, maybe. But anyway.
Okay.
He noticed that he was tipping the pitches, so he told Bryson Stott, who was their second baseman, not really known for power, but good hitter.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like in his early career. I think he might have been his only second year in the league. Noticed the tipping, said, look out for this. And on the first pitch of his at-bat, bases loaded. No doubt, home run, bat flip, grabbed his balls.
Let's fucking go.
Crowd was electric. I mean, I have to admit, Philly fans are one of the best. They are. And I say that as a baseball fan because I appreciate the game. I'm a diehard
Philly fan as in the Phillies, not all Philadelphia. Oh my God, they're the worst. To you, they're the best. You like the energy. You like the electricity.
I love energy.
Yeah.
If I see it, I don't care if you're, my arch rival, like you're the Eagles, Cowboys.
Right. You like to hear the pop.
Heat, Sixers, like I just love the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I've been to a Phillies game. I've been to a Sixers game. I haven't been to the Eagles game. But when you feel the energy, it makes you feel like you're a part of it. You're not just some NPC in someone's My Career mode, right? Like, you're like actually like you feel like you're making like a change in the game.
Yeah, you're changing what is happening because that's why people have home advantage at the end of the day, bro. If you can really contribute that and bring that energy for your team when they need it, or like bring the wrong energy when you need the other team to lose, that makes a big difference, So
all right, we got really off topic.
We did, but I love it.
We were supposed to go down the list of games on Sunday.
It's okay. Honestly, I don't even want to. I really just wanted to talk about the Thanksgiving games on Thursday. What I do want to do, and I'm going to record my phone screen really quick, is I'm going to have you actually take a look. Since you're a fantasy guy also, you play fantasy football. This is something I don't usually do, but...
This is statistically my worst fantasy football year.
So
probably will have to do my punishment.
Right. Oh, what's the punishment?
My punishment is...
Is it something wild you can't say on camera?
Yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna leave it right there then. All right.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
But you might have to do it, whatever it is.
I mean, it's one. I'm one of 3.
Oh.
So it's like we're down to the final 3. I played one of them this week. So.
Oh, so that could be the game breaker right
fingers
there.
Crossed. It's some outlandish shit that we shall not discuss.
Yeah, no doubt.
But
as someone who had to dress as a clown last year,
I've had a great fantasy year.
Career.
This year.
Okay.
Fantasy baseball champion, fantasy basketball champion.
Oh.
And then, we can count it. NCAA bracket.
There you go. Oh, you won it.
I won it. Well, not
the whole thing.
Nationwide. But
Okay.
Friend group.
That's
Out
all right.
of 20 brackets, I won. But that was the same week I won fantasy basketball.
Oh.
Ended up winning fantasy baseball.
Oh, so you're riding that high.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let's go, man. Yo, good for you,
But
bro.
now we're in the bottom. But you know what?
You got 3 wins.
Right,
you could take 1 L. Listen, it happens to the best of us.
I collected the money.
There you go. And you can contribute that to whatever you got going on.
We put it on a Nerfy that did not hit. We're not going to talk about that.
So, look, I'm going to have you look at this really quick. You're just going to look through the matchups on both sides, and then you tell me who you think is going to win, who you think is going to lose.
So you're a dream chaser.
I'm dream chaser.
All right, well, I see... Isn't Baker out?
I think he's questionable. I don't know if he's going to play.
I think he has to play. I think if the Bucks want to continue...
They play the Cardinals.
He still needs to play.
Okay.
I think Kyle Trask is their backup.
Yeah.
If I'm not butchering the name. I know he played at Florida.
I know who you're talking about.
Great quarterback at Florida. I mean, he was a Heisman runner-up. He just was never really given the chance to showcase his skills in the NFL. Could he get the job done against Arizona? Sure.
He probably could.
The division's so close now. I need to see the Bucks win.
Yeah.
And Baker needs to get it done. So I like that. Like I mentioned, Pat Mahomes against Dallas. Like, I expect him to go crazy, but all right, save some time here. Cody, I'm sorry, but he's starting T. Higgins, and T. Higgins is out. So unless he changes that, I'll have to give you the win. I see you have a 59% chance.
All right.
Now you have a 59% chance because he needs to make an adjustment.
Right.
So
if he makes that adjustment, it might
Ronnie?
be Ronnie. Is Ronnie.
Ronnie, if you're watching this, I mean, you probably won't.
In time.
In time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta figure your shit out. Bro. You gotta be on top of it. I don't care if you're 3-9. Every game matters from here on out.
Hell yeah.
Because you can disrupt someone who's in playoff contention for seeding purposes.
It's
right?
true. Yeah.
I don't know where you are.
I'm tied in 4th. This is the one I'm tied in 4th right now for this league.
You could be sick. You could be,
I could look. Well, in my league, top 8 make the playoffs.
Top 8. Okay.
So I'm still gonna be contending, but it all, like you said, it all comes down to exactly what my seeding is.
It will alter the seeding and which side of the bracket you're on.
Absolutely. So there you go.
You gotta figure your shit, dude.
All right. So you can swipe through. You know how to swipe on there. All right, there you go.
Looking at the next one, I see neighbors think I'm selling dope.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Alex.
I don't really like that name, but you tried. And then Joe Foreign. Joe Foreign, shitbox of a team, 2-10. But like I mentioned,
he's in last.
Yeah.
He's gonna be doing the punishment most likely.
And like I mentioned, like I could see he gave up. He has someone on the IR in Marion Hampton.
Mm-hmm.
He's in his starting lineup, so like I don't like seeing that personally.
Me either.
I mean, it should be a no-brainer. Neighbors think I'm selling dope should win. Could I see a big game from? I could see a big game from Christian Watson.
I could see that too against Detroit's defense.
Yeah, I could see that. But I don't think it's going to be enough. I think neighbors think I'm selling dope. They're 6-6. They really need this win. It's not like he's controlling it, right?
Yep.
You can only keep your fingers crossed,
yep.
put on red zone, and hope for the best.
Right.
But I think they should pull it out.
All right. So there you go. 2 games, 4 more.
Saquon D's nuts at 4-8 against SEAL Team 6, 9-3.
That's Petey.
I mean,
yeah.
You know how I feel about Petey. You can't be talking sports as a Mets fan, my brother.
Damn.
And he doesn't know ball.
Oh my God!
I know ball. On film right now.
Lost Brandon Nimmo. Jesus Christ. No, we cross that bridge when we get there. How do you feel about Petey's team right now?
Petey's team looks good. I like the Bo Nix. I mean, I'm a Bo Nix fan. I wasn't a fan when he was at Auburn, but once he went to Oregon, I started respecting his game. He's doing well for Denver. I think he's a great fit under Sean Payton.
Yeah, 100%.
Jonathan Taylor, I have him on my team. He's just
He's
God.
unstoppable
He's
right
God.
now. Yeah.
Like, he just gives me flashbacks of growing up, seeing, like, Adrian Peterson, maybe Arian Foster. Just the run game is amazing to watch. Like,
Jersey guy.
How can you not be romantic about it?
100%.
I love Jonathan Taylor.
New Jersey guy.
New Jersey guy. No, I think Petey's got a... Fuck. Did he draft it?
He drafted a lot of that team.
Yeah.
Petey's made a lot of trades during the season.
He drafted in 10th round?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's...
10th round? No, 10th pick probably.
Ibuka.
Oh, yeah.
But that makes sense.
He was a rookie.
Yeah,
no one really knew he was
sense.
going to explode the way that he did.
I mean, to be honest, Petey, I gave you shit, baseball talk, but you should... I mean, looking at your team, bro, like, if you don't win this championship, go for a walk.
Just take a bath.
Go take a walk. He should win that outright.
I
don't
agree.
really want to get into it.
All right.
Take on these nuts. I'm sorry, brother. Your team is mediocre. I picked C on.
Cade Otton.
Yeah, C on it. Yeah. Against Ashton.
Yeah.
316. It's a 50-50 win probability.
It is. That's the one on the right I picked. That's Caillou.
Is Bucky Irving back, though?
I think so, because as soon as I went to go look at...
The news is all over the place. They keep saying his injury is more than what they're saying to the media.
Yeah.
I also saw a video of him, like, walking in Tampa. Like, someone ran into him, was like, hey, are you Bucky Irving? He's like, yeah. Like, and he's running, and you see his knee buckle. And we're like,
in
yo.
the run? Oh,
no, he was
my
just walking,
God.
casually walking in Tampa along the coast.
When his knee buckled?
His knee buckle just casually walking. And I'm like, oh, this guy's never coming back.
Well, the reason I assumed he was starting is because I went to go look at Rashad White, and Rashad White's only projected like 6 points this week. So to me, I took that as, okay, Rashad White isn't projected a lot. That might mean that...
The outlook doesn't really say much. It says that he was limited at walkthroughs today. That's fine. It says a walkthrough.
Yeah. They play on Sunday.
Yeah. It's just a walkthrough. Like, maybe he was just...
Not if his knees buckling during that walkthrough.
You need to pull that video.
I gotta find it. See if I can clip that.
It was hilarious. Because like the guy had asked, like, "Hey, like, are we expecting to see you anytime soon?"
Yeah,
he's like, "You'll see." Like, he wasn't gonna give any info.
Right.
And after he said that, you see him start walking away. You see the.
And
then you're like, "Yo."
No. That means it'll be longer. It's like Groundhog Day. Like you wait to see if you're gonna get that one reaction.
But back to this.
Right.
Love Nico Collins. I mean, I like Nico Collins. I have him. I was too high on him.
Is it because your name's Nico?
No. No. But I was high on him this year. I think, to be honest, he was my first round pick. But that was also because I'm in a 14-man league or 12-man league. Okay. And I had the 10th pick. And
I get it. You're right in that area.
I also it was in the same time as I think playoffs for my fantasy baseball. And I came in second the previous year, so I had to win. I ended up winning, but that was where my focus was. I didn't do my research, my due diligence, and
right.
kind of blind
drafted. Yeah.
And now I'm in last place. So
all right,
do your due diligence.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're gonna do fantasy football, do your research.
But overall, I'm gonna have to give this game, like I mentioned. He has Brock Purdy.
Yep.
We didn't talk about Brock Purdy, Mac Jones debate, but because he has Brock Purdy, I'm rocking with my guy Mac Jones. Give me Ashton.
Oh shit! All right. Oh my God.
He needs us too. He's 6-6.
He does. So he can kind of break over 500 and be back in that
Anthony
run.
Maldonado.
That's Caillou.
Oh, that's Caillou. Okay. Well, he's on a 4-game winning streak. I don't like seeing teams get north 5 or more. So, my brother, you're due for a loss. It's coming this
Underdog
week.
story. I like it. What is that? 2 more games left?
I believe so. 2 games. Now you have Noel.
Mm-hmm.
C-section.
Yep.
That name, Noel.
You like that one, right?
Noel. And then Haley Steinfeld's real husband. I mean,
that's my boy Albert. My boy Albert.
I've been on that since she was in the Romeo and Juliet movie.
Oh
back
yes.
in 2015. You're too new to this, brother.
Right.
She's been cuffed with me.
You're the real husband.
I'm the real husband. I've been watching Haley Steinfeld's film for a while. That sounded wrong, but
no,
she was
we
an
know
actress
what you
before a
meant.
singer.
There you go. No, you're right.
Anyway.
You right.
Anyway, I love that name though. But you have a 40% probability. Let's see why.
He has a lot of Saints on his team.
Does I don't wait? It's Saints, no.
He has a lot of. I mean, I think he just recently traded Rashid Shaheed, but then he has Kamara and.
He's on his bench though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's out.
Yeah.
I don't mind his team. I like it. I like Robinson. I think Josh Allen needs to figure his shit out, like we mentioned earlier in the episode. I see them pulling out against Pittsburgh. I don't know Pittsburgh's record. I think they're 2 games above 500.
I believe so. I think they might be.
There's that Mike Tomlin stat where he's never been below 500. I think this is the year.
You think this is the year they go under 500? Oh.
Right, isn't that a stat?
That's a stat that he's never had a year under 500.
I think they're 2 games above 500. They're 6-5.
Oh, there you go. So they're 1 game above 500. Yeah. So they could be at 500 if they lost this week.
But that's the stat. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. All right. Not mad at that.
But anyway, I expect. Nah, give me a C-section.
All right, Noel. All right, one more. For all the marbles, right here, right now.
We have "And Raw We Trust."
That's David.
And then Saving Private Brian.
And that's my boy Kelvin. Yep. Now, David was leading the league for a long time. Slowly started going on like a little losing streak.
That happens. You know what I like to call that when I'm winning a lot. Call that for seeding purposes.
Yeah.
I might lose a couple games here and there, and it's not because I'm really trying to.
Right.
I'm just using that as mentally. All right, my team doesn't actually suck.
Oh my God.
We just took a deep breath.
Yo, the camera just died, bro.
I heard it.
You heard it. It just died. So the rest will be on audio, but
anyway,
just to wrap it up.
I think Daniel Jones is having a great season. He had a couple hiccups 2 weeks ago, maybe last week.
Yeah.
But I think he found a home, and like I mentioned, you got to find a home. You need to find somewhere you can build and continue.
Yeah, with your play style, with your scheme.
I mean, the Giants are the Giants. Jets are the Jets.
No.
I mean, you can say that about any team. Like, I think the Dolphins could be a great team. I also just don't think Tua is that guy.
I agree.
And that is coming from a Bama guy. I never really liked Tua in college anyway. I was always preferred Mac and Bryce over him any day. If that's start bench cut, But for this sake, David, you're going to DR today. I hope you have those pina coladas, whatever the fuck you be drinking.
Hell yeah.
You know what? I'm going to take Kelvin.
All right. Well, look, Nico, before I let you go, I want to say, first and foremost, this was a last-second decision, but I want to thank you for coming through. Shout out to Nico, man. I know you're not going to clap for yourself, but I'll clap for you, man.
I'll clap. It's fun. A little all over the place.
It was, but that's the beauty of it. I think
we just talk.
It was on top of me wanting me to have you talk about the stuff I wanted. I also kind of wanted you to get into things that you love, because that's what people talk the best about.
For sure. I didn't have an agenda. Flew in today. Didn't really know what the fuck we were gonna talk about.
We didn't plan this at all.
We didn't plan it at all. So that's the beauty of it. It's the whole beauty of podcasts.
Yeah.
You really just put on a headset, have a microphone.
You don't have to look at the camera. It's not on anymore. You keep looking back and forth like it's on. It's not on. But yeah, listen,
man.
But
anyway, it's fun. But definitely what I'd like to see for my future appearance. It's like what do we call it? Who is it? I'll just say it's Petey versus myself when baseball season comes around.
Ooh. All right. So as it rolls around, see if I can get you guys.
I was trying to think of a comparison, and I'm blanking on the name. But who's the guy that hates LeBron? Why can't I think of his name?
You talking about a sportscaster that hates LeBron?
Yeah.
Is it not
a show with Sharp?
Skip.
Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless.
It's like I would love to have a baseball when baseball season comes around. Myself and Petey, obviously, you're here.
Right.
But it's kind of like a Skip versus Sharp, talking about how they talk about LeBron. Sharp loves LeBron. Skip hates LeBron.
Right.
And forth. Friendly banter.
Yankee fan versus Met fan. Giant fan versus Cowboy fan.
Yankee fan versus Mets fan, but what I was going to say is ball knower versus amateur ball knower.
Jesus Christ. Okay,
so
just throw that out there.
Petey, if you're hearing this, be ready.
Yeah. All right, I like it. Look, on that note, happy Thanksgiving to you, bro. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody watching and everybody that's tuned in. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for this episode and next week. And as always, I'll see you.